Oh my gosh, sorry. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another installment of daily random guy on the internet ranting about stuff that he saw on the internet and seeing if, I don't know, if you find it fun or not. Let's see, what are we talking about today? While I am doing some work in the background, I will be chatting with you guys about things that I saw on the internet. And today, one of the main things I saw, which I thought was super funny and very interesting, actually, if you want to like go over it, but it's the rise of AI girlfriends. When AI first came out, and I don't know, you guys remember this, but like, let's go back a little bit. When new technology comes out, there's always first adopters, right? And typically, once this particular industry starts adopting a technology, it kind of excels, right? I'm talking about the what the kids call it, the spicy industry, the bad content, and I don't know what you guys call it these days, but it's the corn industry. They they're usually first adopters of a technology, right? Back in the day, you could think about VHS. Uh, the adult industry was the first to kind of like jump into that, and they became a thing. And then they tried to get into that whole Blu-ray race, but both those guys didn't make it. But anyways, AI bots are becoming a thing, and I saw this funny statistic today, and I thought it was very interesting. I'm going to try to share it with you guys. But it's basically the rise of AI girlfriends. And I've seen these like commercials for these apps, and I just think like, what a waste of time. But I guess it's becoming more and more popular. And I saw this. Let me screen grab this so I can share this with you guys. Okay, and it's how many people are searching for AI girlfriends by country, and I thought this is actually very fascinating to me. And I'm gonna put it up, and then we can talk about it. But like, it's not looking so good, guys. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. That is for sure. It's not looking so good for us in the U.S. of A. I don't know if you guys can see this graphic here, but this is search volume by country for AI girlfriends. Okay. And again, let me know if you guys can see it. It's 700,000 people in the US have searched for it. This is crazy. Okay. And I'm not surprised by India. Okay. They're in second place with like, but it's like half of what the US is for this AI girlfriend content here. And then it kind of drops down, but that is crazy. And what what I find interesting about this whole thing, right? And later I'll try to pull up some clips of people using it. But basically, from what I saw, is you have an app and you talk to it, and she talks back to you, and you can generate what she looks like and whatnot. And she talks to you. It kind of reminds me, if you guys watch the newest. No, it's actually okay. If you guys have not seen this, then I don't know where you've been. I think it's in the second season of Black Mirror. There's an episode, I think, where the guy is like a married couple or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. They're a couple, and the guy passes away, and then suddenly, like literally, he went out to get some milk or whatever, and he passes away, and she's like devastated, right? And then her friend introduces her to like this website that can scrub the internet of like all the chats and interactions that the her boyfriend had, and it compiles it together into like an AI chat bot. Right, literally what's going on right now when I'm talking about this AI chat girlfriend thing. Like it's crazy. Black Mirror is coming back, like for real. And as she's like talking to it, it's like learning more and more and pretending to be more and more like a real girlfriend or boyfriend. And it like this is the part where I'm telling you where this is gonna go in this AI girlfriend industry, right? It starts upselling her stuff like, oh, if you need me to learn more about to be more like real, you need to get the plus package, and then she gets the plus package, and then it's like, oh, hey, later, if you want this and that, you need the plus premium package, right? And then later on, eventually, it gets to the point where, again, I'm not spoiling this episode. This is the second season of Black Mirror. If you haven't seen it, like, go back. It gets to the point where it gets into a real bot, like a robotic synthetic body, and then it ports itself in, and then now she's got like an AI version of her uh, boyfriend, husband, whatever, in real life, and she talks to it, but it's got like restrictions because it's like she's the master basically, and it can't do anything without her. So this I feel like where this AI girlfriend boyfriend content is going is eventually one of these services they're gonna continue, like, imagine how subliminal the ads are gonna be, where they're like you're just chatting with this thing, and then imagine if let's just say Facebook makes it now, like they get it, and then they're like they partner up with like I don't know, Clorox or whatever, right? And you're like chatting with it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I just did you know that Clorox got a new product out? You should try it sometime." Like like make it sound natural. I'm telling you, that's where it's gonna go. Okay, you heard it here. And then next thing, I'm pretty sure at some point the adult industry. This is where I'm gonna tie it back. The adult industry is gonna get involved, and they're gonna start having you have AI girlfriends, and then maybe upsell you to get like one of those artificial like toys. You know what I'm talking about? Like maybe a doll, right? Like there's like so many layers where this AI fake chat partner thing can go. But I'm telling you, that's where it's gonna go. If it can, some company out there is gonna be like, "Hey, we can upsell these these guys." I'm telling you, of the 700,000 people that have searched for AI girlfriend chatbots, I'm pretty sure most of them are guys. I mean, I guess some ladies will want that too, but literally, a lady can walk down the street and get a boyfriend anytime they want, L- if they want to. um, and I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you, at some point, someone's gonna get to the point where they're just gonna be like, we j- can get ads out there subliminally with these AI. I just know it. It's happening. It's gonna happen. Nothing stop it. Let's see. Take a look at some of these AI girlfriends. Let me see if I can share this screen with you guys, so you guys know what I'm talking about. We're gonna share the screen. These. Have you guys seen these apps? Like, I don't know. I see them every once in a while, and I think there's like even on Instagram, there's like a popular like influencer that's AI generated. That's insane. Like, look at this, Cupid AI. Cupid AI. Oh man, it's happening. That's crazy. I mean, these hottie bodies. I wonder what this is gonna do later on for ladies and whatnot. Because like how are they gonna compete with AI hottie body? You know what I'm saying? Like that seems impossible. I don't know. What else is going on? But I'm just saying, I know it. They're gonna try to upsell you as it's going on. What else is going on? We have there's a new pope. Um, hold on one second. And there's a new pope, and what I found funny about it is that I think I mentioned it earlier. There was like a list that they came out with like potential popes, and there's like a Filipino guy, and I mean I thought that was kind of interesting. We went through it real quick, and this American guy came out of nowhere, and what I find interesting about it was if you dig a little bit into him, his job before was actually to appoint cardinals, I believe. So kind of like interesting. Um, his job was basically to select the voters, and he came out of nowhere to like I don't know. I just thought it's something to think about. No one's talking about it. I just thought that was strange. Um, but yeah, right? I don't. Don't isn't there like some sort of like tampering rules in popeism? I don't know any of the rules. I'm learning more about it right now. I didn't even know that he had to change his name or whatnot. I just think that's pretty interesting that he was in charge of picking some of the cardinals or whatever, and then he comes out of nowhere to win the popeism. So I don't know, just something that to think about. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Um, oh, there's something we talked about yesterday, the UK trade deal. And I was talking about it yesterday as it first came out, and today I had more time to dig into it, and I just thought more into it. And I just think it's pretty silly that I mean, when we talked about it yesterday, we were talking about how like we don't really get much from the UK. And literally that's what I was saying too. Like, what does the UK make that we want? Like, why do we care to get a trade deal done with the UK? It's like insignificant. And then I look into it more, and I'm like, whoa, you know what's even more crazy if you really break it down? We import, or like just like the trading with the UK is only 3%. So in the grand scheme of things, like it's a nothing burger. And then in the presser, they were talking about Rolls Royces, and I was like, can can they not? Can they not? I don't care which side of the spectrum you are on. It's just bad messaging. Uh, to talk about Rolls Royces because like that affects nobody. No, I don't know if you guys know. Uh, the Rolly is not a common car for the common folks. I'm pretty sure of the people that ever see this video, none of you guys have been inside of Rolls Royce, right? Um, so I mean, very rare on the road do you see one. And the funny thing about Rolls Royce is, I don't know if you guys know, a lot of times, I believe it's the Phantom. This is something for you guys to know. The Phantom, and all the names of the Rolls Royces are named after like ghost type names. So it's like there's the Ghost, there's the Wraith, there's the Phantom, and I believe it's the Phantom. And keep in mind, this is also very unrelatable, but just something for your knowledge, just in case you ever run into the point where you have a really, I believe it's the Phantom. The door handles on the driver Phantom open the opposite way. So normally on a door, right, when you try to open it, you just grab it. You like grab it, it opens this way. The door opens this way, the opposite way. And it's because on the Phantom, you don't drive it. You're meant to be driven. Okay. just just to let you guys know how unrelatable that whole tangent about lower they lowered the tariffs on Rolls Royces. Why is it a fake trade deal? Because okay, again, yesterday I was talking about it. I was kind of excited because I was like, this is like at least we get something on the board, right? Why it's a fake trade deal is if you actually go back and listen to and I actually had time to listen to it when they were talking about the trade deal with the UK. Um, they used a lot of key words that basically said that the deal is not done. It's like a potential that they're gonna. It's like they're like, oh, it's done, but we're just gotta still work on a few things. They used a lot of like words that basically nothing is really set. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like they like you gotta go back and listen to the whole thing, and then listen to people like like listen to how they worded it. It was very sketchy in a way. Kind of like how the messaging of all the trade talks have skewed over the last few days or so, because how they started it was they're like 90 deals 90 days whatever, and then it became they started saying like, oh, we have blueprints. Well, like Trump was like, we have deals already in the works, and then later on all the people working on the deals were like, oh, we have blueprints of deals, we have an outline, we have letters of intents of a deal, like they started like backtracking how far along they are. And if you listen to the full UK presser, um they used a lot of keywords like that. Oh, you missed the start? Okay. We'll go back. This is why we do the show live, okay? I saw this thing that a lot of people are starting to get into AI girlfriends or AI partners, and it's becoming a trend. Uh, all power to you, C Def. Like, to be honest, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know a lot about it. The only comment I wanted to make about the new pope, because really it's not my business to talk about it, because like I said, I'm not Catholic. I don't. That's your thing. Um, the only comment I wanted to make on the new pope was that I just thought it was very interesting that his job before. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I just saw like a few things about it. Is that his job before was to pick the cardinals, and I just thought that was very interesting because I looked up the list of like potential popes. They had like a front runner list that came out like a few days ago, and like there was like this Filipino guy that was like the long shot, and then they had other standard guys, and he wasn't on any of those lists. And this guy comes out of nowhere, and I just thought that was very interesting that his job prior was basically selecting the cardinals who would be voting for the new pope. So that's the only comment I wanted to make on that. Yeah, I know. Pope Francis gave him that job, but I'm just saying that's my only comment that I wanted to make on that. But AI girlfriends, and I saw a rise of AI girlfriends. This article about it, and then I just got curious, so I wanted to look it up, and I wanted to share this stat sheet I saw. Let me see if you guys let me know if you guys see it. It's a list of countries search volume for AI girlfriends, right? And we're leading the way at 700,000 searches, right? And India's in second place. Again, I'm not surprised by India. I don't know if you guys know, they're on the internet for some reason. And again, I'm not trying to be like crazy, but it's like it's a known stereotype. When you go in the comments of any hottie body on the internet, you're gonna see guys from India. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It happens. It's literally every time if you go on the internet and you see a hottie body in the comments, there's always some guys from India making very interesting comments. Okay. So I'm not surprised. But for us to double, for the US to double India's search for it is kind of crazy, okay? Because there's like 2 billion of them. There's only 300 million Americans, and you're saying that 700,000 of those are searching for AI girlfriends. That's crazy. Um, and what I was gonna say about this is that to me, I feel like I'm just waiting for it to kind of slowly, because I was talking about a Black Mirror episode is from season 2. It's literally this AI partners, and how I was saying that eventually they're gonna try to upsell these people on different services, and it's it's such a sad thing to see. It's because it's like, oh, you could chat with me, but you know what's be better if you get the plus package, and then that will allow me to do this, and that, and then it'd be like, oh, you love the plus package so much. Plus package premium allows, like, um, you know. You know what I mean? You know? And then Press Package Premium Plus Select Ultra will allow you to they'll send you like a toy or something. Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Wait, okay, wait. See, Dev, if you believe in good and evil, it cuts the core of evil attacks on women and females in every day. Okay. Hmm. Let me think about this. As it's been a case throughout history, greatest evil so destroys relationships. Wait, are you saying that you? I'm trying to think. Are you saying that you're all for it because it's going to reduce the anxiety of being a female in the world right now? Okay, okay, never mind. You're more in line with what I'm thinking. It's gonna make it harder for. Okay, okay, okay. Because I was thinking like, okay, that's a take. It can reduce because I don't know. You guys know I have kids, and one of the things I think about sometimes, I don't know if you've seen these stories. It was a big thing when I was growing up. Is like when ladies reject a guy, and later the guy would take some sort of revenge and throw acid on like this is big when I was growing up, and I know someone that happened to, like some guy like like try to ask her out. She was like no, and wasn't into him, whatever. And I guess they see each other all the time. And later he got so upset about it, or maybe I don't know. He just got so upset, and one day she was just having lunch with her friends, and the guy comes up to her and throws a plastic bottle right in her face of acid, and like, what do you do? What do you do? Because that's scary. That's scary stuff. So maybe some of these guys will get into AI chat girlfriends, and they can live their lives by themselves and not do that to somebody. Um, in terms of helping girlfriends and boyfriends, and on that comment, oh, that's definitely gonna ruin relationships. I think you missed the part where I showed you what some of these girls look like. Let me see if I can share this screen. Like, I was thinking of how here, just like this is here's one. This is AI. I don't know if you guys can see this. Sometimes when I share the screen, it goes black for a little bit. Like she creates an AI version or so. She uploads it. I saw one earlier. Like I was just thinking that as this technology gets better and better, as this technology gets better and better, like oh, it's black. Oh, okay. Let me screen grab it, and then I will. Here's the easy one. This is the one I use for the thumbnail since I already have it. I'll make it faster. All right. Can you guys see this? All right. So this is an example. It's not very good. I've seen better ones. Um, like I'm just saying, beauty standards are gonna get real crazy. Uh, because you know it's impossible for all the ladies to look like this, or you know what I mean. It, girls and guys. So that's and it's only gonna get better. So yeah, that's that. It's gonna be really hard down the road. I feel bad for this new generation. I talked about this story a while back about how there's this clip of this girl where she's crying in her car, like like she's so visibly upset. She's crying, and her and she was like, today, today, some guy. I was at Marshall's, and some guy came up to talk to me, and I was like, ew. And my comment about it was, back in my day, that's literally how everybody met. Like you had to go talk to people, and you put yourself out there. I remember this one time I was with my friends. I think we are just at like a coffee shop or something, and there's this like girl walks by, and he's like, oh, like she's really pretty, or like he was really attracted to her. And then I was like, oh, yo, man, you go talk to her, like. And he was like, no, I don't want. Like he's scared. And I was like, well, if you don't talk to her, you're never gonna see her again. You're gonna miss your chance. That's literally how it was back in the day. You like, if you see somebody and you never met them, you don't know anything about them. If you don't say anything or do something that minute, you're never gonna see them again, ever, right? Like chances of you running to that person again, maybe it's meant to be. It's that you're gonna run to that person again, and you're like, you. But back in our day, like you can't do that literally. So if you see somebody and you find them attractive, you can either just admire and miss that opportunity, or you have to do something. So I told him like, hey, you got to talk to her. If you think that you want any kind of relationship, you have to do something. So then, like, I believe she goes into a bookstore or something, and I'm like trying to like pump him up, like, you could do it. Just say hello. at least, at least in the back of your mind, you tried. So I'm like, at least say hello. So he goes over, he says hello. She's a little weirded out, and like he's a very likable guy. If you get to know him, he's funny and everything. So they start talking, and they hit it off, and they went on a few dates, and that was that. So I'm like, that's how it was back in the day. you know and already the kids now, they barely know how to talk to each other. They just interact through the screens and whatnot, and then you start introducing AI chatbots and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get even better down the road. They're never we're all doomed. And I keep talking about this, right? But birth rates are already very low in certain countries, especially Japan. Japan is going to be extinct, by the way, in 2000. I think they said 60. If the current rates hold, they're in for collapse in the 2060. That's when they start. They're not going to have enough people to run their country, basically, and so that's a huge problem. And you know how they are over there. They're very into like this kind of stuff. So I could imagine their birth rates dropping even further. I saw this crazy thing in Japan that it said that babies are so rare to see, or children apparently, that every time people see a baby out in the public, they get very excited. I don't know if that's very true or not, but it could make sense. Their birth rate's very low. It's like at point 0.8 or something. So that means that every Japanese like every two Japanese couple within the next generation of their cycle, there's gonna be one less, right? And then so they keep trickling one less, one less, one less, one more than one less because point 0.8. That means some people aren't having uh see you later, C Dove. C Dev. Sorry. Have a great day at work. Um and yeah, so they're eventually gonna go out. So enjoy the sushi while you can, and we'll see where it goes. Let's see what else. Oh, on the internet right now, there's this topic about I don't know if it's just my feed or whatever, but a lot of people are talking about that they think that they can beat up a gorilla like 100 people versus gorilla. Have you guys seen this? This has been popping up on my feed a lot, and I just think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world because it's not possible, guys. Okay, if you like, it- it's like they said like 100 people versus a gorilla, and they're like, we can totally do it. Just get 100 of your buddies, and we're gonna fight a gorilla. And I'm like, what? This is crazy. 100 of my out of shape friends versus one gorilla? I don't know. Because have you seen footage of like you hear those stories? I don't know if you've seen these stories growing up, but I've seen these stories growing up where people try to fight people have pet chimpanzees and pet monkeys, and later at some point the pet monkey chimpanzee or whatever snaps and basically like tears up the person's face and like you know what I'm saying, like that's crazy. That's a crazy idea for you to even think that you can do that because that's a little chimpanzee, not even a gorilla, you know. So a I think they said like a gorilla's bite alone is the same as a lion. So, and they're super strong. And a little chimpanzee can already has the power to rip someone's face off. Like, like sometimes the internet just comes up with the funniest things. So no, 100 people cannot beat unless you have like 100 like actual trained fighters. But you're talking like a plumber with a chef, some IT guys, like just regular people. It's not happening. Like if you walk into down the street and you just seen people, like it's not. Look at me, I'm skinny as hell. I ain't doing nothing to no gorilla. Like I don't know. I don't know. All right, I think this is long enough. Unless you guys have something you guys want to talk about. Um, What else? Oh, I mean, we can talk about the plane. I thought this is super funny. The plane, uh, if you guys don't know, there's a story, that's because it's popping up a lot that there's uh, fighter jets are falling off this one carrier out there, and it's the second time it's happening. And each one of these carriers, I mean, each one of these fighter jets are like multiples of millions of dollars, and it's just out into this ocean. Like literally every time that I see this story because it's popped up on my thing a few times as well about the plane falling off the carrier, my heart hurts inside because I know that maybe 5 cents, 10 cents of my tax dollars are in that carrier and I want it back. you know, okay, like when you're at the store and you break something, there's that unspoken rule that if you break it, you bought it idea, right? I feel like if the military breaks something, not in war mode, like I'm talking about like we're going to battle and of course things are gonna get broken, right? And destroyed. That's expected. That's intended use. But if you're just hanging out and I'm not talking about training either, okay? Again, intended use. But if you're just hanging out and a fighter jet just falls off, doing nothing, not in combat, not training, not being used, just falls off, gets destroyed, I believe that you destroy it, you gotta pay us back. I need my monies back. I don't know how that's gonna work. Everyone gets 10 cents. Right? Right? Because it's like that what bothers me about that story because there's all that talk of Doge like tax cuts and they're trying to be efficient and whatnot. Like literally those two fighter jets cost as much as one of those whole departments they're trying to shut down. Like I'm sorry, let me look it up. Jet falls off. Like literally, I just type in jet falls, and the first thing Google pops up is falls off carrier. Okay. Oh, whoa there, whoa there. Okay. When I searched this thing, right, I thought it was two. It's actually three. There were three of these bad boys that fell off because I was under an assumption of just $60 million two times, you know, 120 million. But you're talking about almost $200 million just vanish into the ocean. And the American people, we want a refund. Okay, you break it, you got to give us back um, some credit. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, okay, okay. Conspiracy theory time. Okay, what happens? Now, the only reason why we know these fighter jets fell into the ocean is that it's reported on, right? But what happens if there was a heist and these fighter jets were actually stolen? And this is just a cover story. Because I feel like that would make more sense than three. The first, the thing where it's like, first time, you're still learning, it's okay. Second time you do something, you should know better. Uh, you know, it's it's still okay. But third time you do the same thing, you're gonna get, you know, it's really your fault. So I'm just thinking for it to happen one time, okay, mistake. Second time, it's like, oh, that's crazy. You really need to fix that problem. You shouldn't let that happen again. Three times, we lost three jets to the ocean. That's crazy. Okay, now that I'm thinking more about this, okay, that I found out it's three. I find I find it more plausible that these jets were just stolen and they sold them off. Like, do you guys remember like during the Cold War in the Soviet Union, the stuff would just disappear all the time. And at least that's what we were always told. Like how many movies and shows and all kinds of stories we've heard that they have these generals, Russian generals, whatever, that's in charge of some warehouse that has like tanks in there and helicopters. Have you guys watched um, Lord of War with Nicolas Cage? That's literally how he got all his weapons. He had an uncle that was over there, and the uncle's job was to oversee like a storage weapons depot. If you guys remember watching Lord of War, if you guys haven't seen it, great movie, check it out. And like stuff just he just sold. That's how Nicolas Cage's character got all the stuff. is because he had an uncle over there and he just gave them AKs and all kinds of like tanks and rocket launchers, all that Cold War, Soviet Union depot stuff. Now, what do you think is more plausible? Some uh, guy on a carrier decided to do some kind of heist that and sold these airplanes, or them falling off into the ocean. I don't know. I just thought that it's a topic that maybe should be discussed as I'm thinking more into this story. Because I'm like, how does three of them fall off? Does that happen often? Let's look that up. How often do planes fall off carriers? Okay. Relatively uncommon, but it does happen occasionally. Okay. Okay. You see, I don't see a lot. Like it says it happens rarely, but for two to three of them to fall off in like the last 2 weeks, it's very unlike. It's very. It seems like it almost seems like you winning like back to back. You played the lotto and you won. You got five numbers two times in a row. I'm not talking about winning the jackpot. I'm just talking about getting just five numbers. Like it happens. Oh no, not even five numbers. Let's go four numbers. You got four numbers back to back if you played the lotto. Like it happens very rarely, but for it to happen back to back, that's crazy. I don't know. All right. All right. I got other things to do. Thanks for hanging out with me. And we'll find some more stuff to on the internet to talk about. All right. See you guys later.